Alright YouTube, what's going on? So we're going to be going over this modified Paloma. I have not run it, I have not broken it in or anything. We're going to check it out. It is modded by RCR. I was having a little trouble getting the rod off of the crank pin, but I figured it out. You remember on the LRP .28, the stock one that I just got before I sent it to RCR, I didn't take the rod off of the crank pin because it was hard to get off, but I figured it out actually. So the only thing you need to do is, you have a wrist pin in here, and when you go to pull it off and you're pulling it from the bottom, it's pulling at an angle. So what you got to do is get something in there once you have it at top dead center. This is what I use to get my sleeve out of the block. It's 3/16 inch nylon rope. I fold it over, put it through the exhaust port, but it also comes in handy getting these rods off. So if you just slip this in there once it's at top dead center and pull towards the top, and it'll actually you don't want to put anything abrasive in there. You don't want to put a pick in there or anything like that. You want to use something that's non-abrasive, plastic or rope-like. But if you just go a little higher up, it'll slide that rod off over on the wrist pin, and it'll pop right off. So I figured that out, so I shouldn't have any issues with that anymore. But we'll go over that in a second. As you can see, I've got the Huddy break-in stand set up, ready to go. Everything's all cleaned up. We're going to be breaking in this LRP .28 once it gets here. It should be here tomorrow or the next day for sure. So by probably Saturday evening, we'll start the break into this. I'm not going to show you all that. I might pop in, let you see it on the Huddy break-in stand for a few minutes, but I'm going to run through those paces on my own. The pipe that I used to break in my engines with on this Huddy break-in stand, this is just an old red cap pipe, but I do use this roller coaster LST header. I've got a couple of them here. These are very hard to find. You won't find these too much anywhere. But we're getting ready to do that, getting everything prepped. The break-in fuel that I use is this Master Basher VP, 14% oil, 20% nitro. I will not use VP nitro fuel on a regular basis. It conducts too much corrosion. It's just no bueno. But for break-in, it's fine. I actually mixed some of my bones, the remaining amount of my bones that I have in here, because I'd used some of this in the break-in of my last nitro engine. Remember what it was? Oh, the Novarossi tuned, that race engine. So about 3/4, and I put about 1/4 of the bones in there. It's okay to mix it and break in. You can mix all kinds of fuel. Just make sure you have a higher oil content for the protection on it. So I haven't figured out whether or not I want to do a full throttle break-in or a what I call a Botagel break-in, because that's who I learned it from. So we'll figure out that here. We may do a full throttle break-in on that LRP 28, but I'll figure that out here in the next couple of days before it gets here. So we will be running this weekend. As you can see, I don't have an engine in the 8X Elite right now. I took it out. I took the modified Bonito out and shelved it for now. And I don't have anything in here right now because once we break in the .28, the first on-road break-in tanks and where we start to tune it, we'll do it here in the 8X Elite, and then we'll put it in the 8XT for a proper .28 bashing and thrashing once we get it all broke in. But I've never run this LRP .32 in the 8X Elite yet, so hopefully Sunday we'll get this thing out to the football fields. We threw the Badlands on here. It's been a long time. I've been wanting to get out and do some full throttle rips with these things and see what this modified LRP is really made of. If you remember, I did try it in the Techno Truggy. I think it was the LRP, but I was having receiver issues with the Techno with that Futaba receiver. We have since fixed that, and it wasn't even the receiver. It was the throttle brake servo horn. It was catching So that's why we bent it up. And if you saw in the last video where I replaced that, but we're definitely going to rip this. Once we rip that, we'll have the LRP .28 broken in, and we'll put it in its proper vehicle, a truggy. So modified .28s, 30s, 32s. They don't belong in buggies, but it's still fun, man. But we will get it in the 8XT eventually. So start that break in. We're going to go over this in a few minutes here. So I wanted to address one little situation. I was wrong in my last video when I was telling you all the spring rates on the colors on these Lossies, and I know what they are. I've been using Lossi clutches for almost 2 years, so a lot of times I get my clutch spring colors and my shock spring colors mixed up. I was right on the green, second to the lightest, but I was wrong on the gold, and I don't know where I got yellow. That yellow is where I got from the springs, man. I got them combined together. But anyway, so it is correct that silver's the hardest, gold's the next, green, and then black is the softest. So, but we are going to be running, and I've already done it, we are running the gold, which is second to hardest, and the green, which is second to lightest. So, honest mistake, guys. I don't know why people got to beat you up like that, man. Everybody picks on the little words if you make one little mistake. But, you know, it is what it is. So, anyway, that's the deal on that. It's ready. It's ready to go with the 14 bell on the LRP .32 once we get it in here. Or, not 32. See, there's a little word mistake right there. Gonna get beat up for that crap. But anyway, the .28 LRP. So, one more thing, guys. As you see, I'm making space here. That's the last of my bones that I have. I will not be running or promoting bones on my channel whatsoever. If you guys remember, you know, a year ago or however long it was, you can go back and take a look in the videos where Rajay 111 and myself, we were really pushing the bones. And at that point, that's when a lot of my subscribers and his subscribers started actually clicking over to the bones from the Byrons, but in other fuels. So I'm done with this product. I'm seeing some inconsistencies in it. I should have listened to Drew Grubbs, Drew's Nitro Shop, when they were talking about the inconsistencies. It's good fuel, but it is not consistent. And I'm moving on to a new fuel. And I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. It will be here either by this weekend or the beginning of next week. I have 16 quarts, 4 gallons of it coming. This company will custom blend. I have a custom blended 3011, 50% castor, 50% synthetic on the way right now. And they'll make any custom blend that you want. This company has been around for over 45, almost 50 years. They make great race fuel. It's not a brand new company. And as soon as it gets here, I will unveil it, and you guys can see what my new nitro fuel is going to be. We are in the works with a brand new nitro fuel, and we'll try that out when it comes out, and we'll see what it's all about. But I talked to the owner of this fuel company extensively over the past few weeks, and we worked out a deal, and we'll be running a new nitro fuel. We'll show y'all what it is when it gets here. Not a new nitro fuel, but a new nitro fuel for me, and it's not a fuel that you see anybody out there, especially on YouTube, running this stuff. So anyway, guys, we'll take a look at it when it gets here. Bones is great fuel, don't get me wrong, but there are some inconsistencies in tuning and things like that that I've noticed over the past year that I've been running it. I mean, you really can't tell by running just for a few months or 6 months, 5 months. You really got to go through some fuel and see the different characteristics of it. So anyway, guys, it's great fuel, but this new fuel you can custom blend. You can custom blend with Brent as well, but it's just not doing it for me anymore, guys. So I'm done with it. And we'll show you guys this new fuel, and I'll let you know where you can get it, how you can get it, and how to go about doing a custom blend for your particular needs. So, all right, guys, let us let's go over this. Let's take a look at this real quick. All right, let me have a seat. Just watching some Dale Earnhardt stuff on. There's not much else on YouTube really to watch. Muggy had a good video this morning. Shout out to you, bruh. Good stuff, man. Staying away from the controversy and all the weirdos. But all right, let's take a look at this. So let's see if we can zoom in here real quick. Let's get out of here. Alright, guys. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Well, it's the head. You already know what the head looks like. Paloma, pretty similar to the Bonito. Let me get my glasses so I can see how they go. Okay, let me put y'all back in here real quick. Alright, so let's take a look at the crank real quick. I'm going to bring it over here in the light. This is a RCR modded Novarossi Paloma. Extra long stroke, 7-port nitro engine. So we can see here on the end, let's get in the light here. Yep, modified right there. Yeah, that's really about the only place on the crank right there. In the crank hoe, in the barrel right there, coming out of the barrel. And then definitely advance the crank timing in the window. So this nitro engine comes, the Paloma comes stock with the brass or tungsten weight there. It also comes with a filled crank. But you can see there where he advanced and opened up the timing a bit. So it's a good looking crank, man. Good looking crank for a $200 Novarossi or $239 Novarossi, man. Coming like that stock. Just a little mod there on the barrel. So that looks good. So let's take a look at the back plate. Shouldn't be really anything done to the back plate. It's very standard. Yep. Just a back plate, people. Head button. Remember, this has never been run. It does have the seal there, the gasket. Pretty much the same head button as the Bonito. All right, let's take a look at this piston. There we go. So we have a lapped piston. We have a, man, what is that? It's a number 10 Conrod. Not an R7. It's a number 10. Does have the team head on the piston. It's got the dimple there on the piston. Team head. Very nice piston, man. It's a very beefy Conrod there. It's not an R7. It's a number 10. Very nice. All right. And let's take a look at this modified sleeve real quick. Very similar to the modified Bonito sleeve. Pretty much the same as far as the mod goes there. It's nice. There you go. Beautiful craftsmanship, people. Yeah. All right, guys. So that's it. That's the modified Paloma. And we may or may not break this thing in. I don't know, people. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I want to break it in and run it, but I don't think that I would ever be able to find this nitro engine ever again. Let's take a look at this block. It's just one of those things, man. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. It's just a block, man. Brand new block. Exhaust port. Looks like the exhaust port has been modded a little bit on the inside there. I'm not sure about that, but looks like it's been opened up a little bit there. I don't know. It might be how it comes from the factory. But these are just standard steel bearings in there. Probably swap them out for the ceramic bearings, especially, you know, if I'm not going to run it for a long time, I have time to do that. And we'll just get that done. I think I'll order some of those. RCR does have those ceramic bearings. I might have one. Oh yeah, I do. No, that's not. That's a steel bearing too. That is the right size, though. That is the right size, but RCR does have the ceramic. This is the steel bearing that I took out of the Rex Legend, but I believe they're the same one. So I'll have to check with him and see. Yeah, so I'm not too sure about that. But anyway, guys, there you go. Modified Novarossi Paloma. Going to be a badass .21 nitro engine. But what I'm really excited about, guys, is the fact that we're going to be get that off the zoom. Bear with me 1 second, guys. There we go. All right, so what I'm really excited about, guys, is this LRP that's coming, man. I'm stoked. I can't wait to have another .28, another modified .28 for these truggies, and something that I can just keep ripping on. So there's one other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick. That is on this LST. I am buying a new nitro engine for this. I'm buying a pull start LRP .32. They still have some out there. Absolute Hobbies has it for 179 bucks, and we're going to send it off to be modded over at RCR. So we're going to drop a modded RCR .32 in this, and then once we break it in, we'll give it a rip. You know, we're not going to run this very often. This item, no matter what, any controversy, things like that, guys, this LST right here, XXL, this truck means a lot to me. This truck was given to me by a good friend of mine. I never should have sold that item. I'm so fortunate, and I am grateful to David RC for allowing me to buy this item back. You know, sometimes you say things, you know, out of anger or spite or whatever, man. But I'll be honest with you guys, man. I do appreciate him, and I do appreciate him selling this back to me. So there was some pros and cons, and some truth, and some things that weren't mentioned in that whole video. But you know, whatever. It is what it is, man. And I do appreciate the fact that I was able to get that back. So regardless of the situation, man, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, David, man. So let that be that. And also one other thing I wanted to say, guys, and you guys can take this however you want, but you know, I did peek in at the Nitro Freaks Veterans Day video. And again, regardless of the situation, my father was a Korean War veteran, and my grandfather is a World War II veteran. So I do appreciate people like Freak who have served our country, even though we don't see eye to eye and things like that, man. I do give a shout out, and you know, thank you for your service for that. All this other stuff is just a hobby. It can all be put to the side, and you guys can make jokes about it or whatever, but I do appreciate guys that have served our country. So thank you for that. And it is what it is. But anyway, guys, so that's going to be about it. And we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep ripping our stuff. We're going to keep hitting jumps. We're going to keep working on the fifth scale. Get the LRP in there. Get the pull start LRP modified. Get this LRP 28 back. Get it going. Fired up. But to be honest, I probably will never run this nitro engine. I just wanted to break it apart, show y'all, let y'all know that I did figure out how to get these off. Some of these, rods come off of these cranks really easy, but some of them are extremely hard. But all you have to do is get up in there and push that con rod over on the wrist pin a little bit, and it'll pop right off. So glad I figured that out. So when we get the .28 back, we'll break it down and see what it looks like as well. So it is time for me to do an outerwear change and a filter cleaning on this thing. So I will be pulling the filter off of the V2 Bartolone Velocity stack here, and we're going to get it all cleaned and use Dawn soap, get it cleaned, get it re-oiled back up. And then I think I'm going to give the red outerwear a break, and we'll put this black outerwear back on there. I have a green outerwear DDM one as well, but I'm not going to use that. Why would you put green on here? It's red and gold. But anyway, guys, show y'all this AMSOIL sticker right here. I got a whole pack of them. Pretty cool. I really do love the AMSOIL products, guys, man. It's good stuff. It's to me, top-notch product. So if you can, if you can get that type of stuff, then order it. You can order it through amsoil.com. It's not that much more expensive, but I think the quality is there. So same thing with Fast Eddie, man. A lot of people complain about their bearings and things like that. Now the Losi bearings, I agree on that. They're crap. The only reason, and I didn't even put this together, I may go by the hobby shop and pick up some Boca bearings, but and I've had a hard time getting those races out of there. In fact, I've got one in here right now somewhere where the race is still stuck in it. I couldn't get it out. It was a 14 bell. And I showed y'all this bell before, man. Check this out. Look at that. Dang, that's when the Pico Boost, when the where'd it go? Oh, when the modified sleeve from the AMR Pico Boost came apart, man. That came apart, and then this is what happened to this, man. I've never seen anything like that. That's crazy, man. Snap. But I did see in a video, I forget who it was, about a month ago, someone that had their sleeve tear apart just like that. So I'm not the only one. All right, guys. I think that's going to be about it. Getting tired of all these yapping videos. My videos, my yapping videos. We're going to do some running this weekend for sure. The LRP, 8XT, and that's going to be it, guys. So remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. And, we're all human. We're all brothers and sisters. We should all try to get along, and I'm going to tell you guys, that was part of my point in the whole exodus, myself exiting out of certain people's channels and feeds, is because I am trying to make amends with people that I've had issues with. I believe that life is too short, and there's a lot better things to exert that type of energy towards, you know, like my beautiful granddaughter, my wife, my daughter, my boys, all my other grandchildren. That type of stuff is way more important than any of this, man. All the other stuff that I'm guilty as well of is really childish, man. And sometimes it's hard. We're grown men, man. We like to take jabs, or something makes us angry, we come back at it. But you know, that's just the nature of the beast and the male species. So, but you know, deep down, I you know, I do care about people, and I always want the best for people as well. So, anyway, enough of that BS. But badass nitro engine. We'll do some ripping this weekend, and remember, guys, treat people the way you want to be treated. And we'll see you all in the next video, man. I'm out.